you go on a first date with someone. What habit or characteristic is a deal breaker? 1. Spending the whole time on their phone. 2. They only want to talk about themselves. I once had a 2-hour blind date. By the end I knew everything about this girl. I knew all of her cats by name and what their favorite movies were. She asked me literally nothing, and just kept jumping from topic to topic. At the end of the date, she wanted to trade numbers and I couldn't help but ask, "What's my name?" And she didn't know. So Elle just paid for my meal and left. 3. I've seen being rude to waitstaff a dozen times in here. Are that many people rude to waiters? 4. I was once set up to go on a blind date with this girl. We were given each other's email addresses and so I hit her up. We exchanged a few pleasantries, then set up a date time to finally meet. The day of, I get an email from her in the morning with an attachment. I open up the attachment, and there is a questionnaire with like 25 to 30 questions on it. She requested I kindly fill out the questionnaire before we meet. I quickly reviewed the questions before sending her a reply saying that it's probably best we don't meet. I don't know what characteristic she embodied, but Elle'd say that was a deal breaker. 5. If they are hard to talk to. Might not make them a bad person, but obviously there is no chemistry if all I get are one-word answers where they also don't reciprocate questions. So you're a teacher, right? Yep. Well, that's cool. What grade? Second. Ah, what a great age. That's like the perfect time cause kids still kind of like school. Uh-huh. Check please. 6. Too much discussion about money. 7. Being a know-it-all. I had lunch with someone who called the table salt sodium chloride and used the bread as a way to tell me everything he knew about complex carbohydrates, some of which wasn't even correct, and their connections to evolutionary theory. Just felt like he was compensating for something. 8. One of my best friends casually began to date one of my ex-girlfriend's friends. He was really starting to like her and took her out on consistent dates, a few sleepovers, etc. My ex-girlfriend told me this girl was texting her about her date with my friend later that night. My ex asked her if she was into him as much as he was. Her literal response was, "No, but free food is free food." I was hurt for him. Devastated. I didn't want him to feel what I felt and I wasn't even the one dating her. I took my friend, roommate at the time also, aside that afternoon and asked him to please delete her number and never talk to her again. I didn't say why. I just asked him to trust me and to please stop seeing her. It's for the honest best. Knowing me for years and years, he politely accepted my request and deleted her, without question. He knew I knew something and understood I was helping him avoid emotional pain and disappointment. He is too nice of an individual to experience that. Trust goes a long way. I saw a message preview on her lock screen of a dude heart reacting to a message from her saying, "At least you know whenever I'm with him I'm thinking of you." We had just come back from a vacation for our anniversary and moved in together. 2. I bragged to a friend in front of my girlfriend that my girlfriend and I had only fought once in our 2 years of dating. My girlfriend said the reason we never fought was because she didn't care enough about me to fight about anything. She also was cheating on me, but I didn't learn that one until after the relationship ended. 3. The guy she was cheating on me with found out about me. He found me at a bar and told me about it, bought me a drink, and I immediately got on the phone and broke up with her. I'm not going to go into super deep detail, but it was nice to have an honorable dude give me the warning instead of weeks of suspicion. I was about to get an apartment with her, and I dodged a bullet. 4. He decided to see other women but forgot to tell me about it. 5. He was married with a son. I found a box of his wedding photos and he tried to tell me he, the groom, holding the bride, was just the best man. I took the train home immediately. He was also not 21, he was 30. 6. 3 months after moving our 3 kids and us to another state, she was cheating and got pregnant. She had the child with that guy, then proceeded to cheat on him to get pregnant again, except with twins. So 6 kids in 7 years with 3 people, that I know of. 7. Turns out she was essentially collecting boyfriends like they were limited edition trading cards. I was apparently the summer edition. Came to light when I bumped into Mr. Spring at a coffee shop who was just as clueless as I was. We grabbed a drink to discuss our shared season of dismay, ended up becoming friends instead. Sort of a bittersweet bonus prize. 8. The coworker he was worried I was attracted to, I was. The difference is I never talked to him outside of work-related things and shut him down immediately when he showed interest in me. A girl coworker gave my ex 1 ounce of attention and he cheated and left me for her almost immediately. Later regretted it and said the grass isn't always greener. Now he's with her because I wouldn't move back with him and he didn't want to be lonely. Glad I stayed on my side of the lawn. I would never want to be the one responsible for how awful another person feels because I couldn't stay faithful at work. A partner should never have to feel insecure about you going to your job. 9. He had an affair with my cousin. 10. He was cheating on me with other men. We were a straight cis couple. I found out he had sissy fantasies, as well as submitting to strong men. He could just confess to me and we could have worked something out, instead of cheating on me on the side and leaving me frustrated and miserable.